How's it going, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. So in this video, I want to go over Special Reaction Team and SWAT class. So what do I mean by that? I actually want to give you literally the same information that was taught to me and then me becoming an instructor teaching my troops how to use and maneuver in a close quarters combat situation. This is a longer class, which I'll probably break it up into several or a series of such. But in 2014, to give you a little bit of backstory, I was certified and went to SRT school, or what civilians know as SWAT. From there, I progressed onto a team, and I was embedded with a team for many years, training and performing, and then eventually moved my way up to an instructor. So I actually instructed this very class that I am going to give you. Now, if you see me looking down, it is because these are all my notes from my time being an instructor and teaching this. So I figured, what the heck, I can put some of this information up, mainly because it's a little bit older and it's not for official use anymore. At least the stuff I took out of it is. But all the main information is pretty well current and up to date. So with that said, I'm trying to give you all this good information. First off, how I started the class. When my new troops would show up, I always do a reality check, because a lot of people would come in and be like, I'm a good shooter and I know what I'm doing and blah, blah, blah. Cool. Some people are like that, and they need to be put, mindset, put back down in their place, of what that means. Reality check. Anybody can shoot a rifle. So you can shoot. So what? Anybody can. I can put a rifle in the hands of anybody, and within 2 or 3 minutes, I can have them shooting a target. It is not that difficult. Being a shooter is very easy, but being a professional tactician is extremely hard. And what do I mean by that? So you might be able to put rounds down range on a flat range on a nice day, but can you do that when you are being engaged upon? If you've been up for 24 hours straight, you're in an environment that is snow and it's cold, or it's hot out, and you've been sitting on a house for hours and you're hungry and you just got the notification, hey, you're going now into this door, and you're changing environments from exterior to interior, and night operations, day operations, is it transitioning? All these things come into play, your OODA loop, your mindset behind it. We're going to go over all this stuff, but can you do that? A normal flat range shooter cannot, and that is what this class is trying to initially start. So, professional tactician, what do I mean by that? So amateurs train until they get something wrong. When they're at the range, they're going to do some up drills, shoot, target. Ah, I missed. Hey, I got it right. Oh, let's train like really, really good. They train until they get it right. Professionals train until they get it wrong. Professionals will train all day long, pushing themselves farther and farther until they find their breaking point. And once they find it, then that's what they exploit and start focusing on that to start being better. That is what this class is about, is being a professional tactician. So, one quote before we progress on to what I mean by the training quartet is, which I have recited and used very heavily over the past few years. So, you will not rise to the occasion, and you will not default to your level of training, but you will default to the level of training that you have mastered. Not going to elaborate too much on that, because it pretty much says it all, is you will default to the level of training you have mastered. Mastered means you need to train. So let's push into that training quartet and what I specifically mean. So, training quartet. 4 of these, it used to be a triad, but we kind of upgraded it to a quartet. So the first one is actually mindset. That is the first one. It takes up about 30% of actually what you're doing. So what do I mean by mindset? Are you cognitively have the ability to perform the tasks? Are you mentally prepared to see or go through the situations that you are? Or do you have the confidence to perform it? 30% of you performing this job or doing well is in the mindset and being fluid with it. being ready for anything, changing environments, all kinds of different things. You have to have a very sharp mind and a lot of training to do it properly. Do you have the mindset to do it? Next is going to actually be tactics with an X. And this is also 30%. So having the actual tactical ability to perform what you need to during close quarters combat-based operations, which we are going to get into later on in the series. I'm literally going to go down the list and show you how to clear rooms, what sides you need to be, how do you drop your chem stick, how do you do your exit procedures, your enter procedures, moving around, all of that, shoot, move, communicate, all that fun stuff I'm going to dive into. So with that, tactics, teamwork, and communication, how do you do that? How do you make that work? Tactics, the specific definition is tactics are gaining an advantage over an adversary through timing, positioning, and psychology. That is the definition of it. So those things, timing, positioning, and psychology. Because if you need those three to be present to be accurate. Next is going to be skill. And this is also 30%. You need to actually have the skill, which kind of goes along with mindset, but the physical skill and ability to perform these tasks. Now that would be, repetition-based drills. Are you proficient enough, to do a reload or do a transition drill or handcuff somebody or going in a dark environment to a white light environment and know what, are we running IR? Are we running, a flashlight? What are we doing? What are my teammates doing? Physical capabilities of doing it. And lastly, which is gear. And if you guys can do math, gear is about 10%. Gear is literally 10% of what you're going to be doing, meaning you do not have to have the best and the most expensive gear in the world. Does it help a little bit? Yeah, about 10% as much. Now, in certain scenarios, obviously it's going to work, because if you're operating at night, night vision is going to help more than 10%. But in the grand scheme of stuff, the Gucci gear that you get is only going to help you about 10% out of all these other three, or 30%, 30%, 30%. So 90% of the time, these are the three that you need to focus on and leave gear to the last. So that is going to conclude today's video, and tomorrow or the next video, we are going to definitely go into way more detail. We're going to be talking about fast seeing, fast thinking, and shooting, your OODA loop, your observe, orient, decide, and act. How do you push through that bounds? How do you train through that? Which is this entire page. And then after that, we're going to get into the details of actually how to room clear. And I'm going to draw it out, and I'm going to actually perform some of these so you can actually physically see what I mean, to give you some ideas. So if you guys like this kind of stuff and want to see more information on this, definitely give me a like, give me a subscribe. If you want to, go on Patreon, help me out, help this channel out. Greatly appreciated. You get to see behind the scenes stuff of who I am, family member, my wife, how we go out and do stuff. I don't like to put that stuff out, in general for YouTube, but often I'll put it out for people that are more, secretive and I guess loyal to the project and this channel and whatnot. So if you guys like this kind of stuff, like I said, like, subscribe, appreciate it. And other than that, I'll see you in the next video, and I hope y'all have a great day.